When embarking on a research journey, understanding the tools at our disposal is paramount. Two fundamental approaches, quantitative and qualitative research, provide distinct lenses through which we can explore and understand our world. Quantitative research, as its name suggests, deals with quantities and numbers. It seeks to measure and quantify phenomena, aiming to establish generalizable patterns and relationships. Conversely, qualitative research delves into the realm of qualities and experiences. It seeks to understand the complexities of human behavior and social phenomena through rich, descriptive data. Imagine a researcher studying customer satisfaction with a new product. A quantitative approach might involve surveying a large sample of customers and asking them to rate their satisfaction on a numerical scale. This would allow the researcher to calculate an average satisfaction score and identify any statistically significant differences in satisfaction between different demographic groups. On the other hand, a qualitative approach might involve conducting in-depth interviews with a smaller group of customers to understand their experiences with the product in detail. This would allow the researcher to gain insights into the reasons behind customer satisfaction or dissatisfaction and to identify any common themes or patterns in their experiences. Both quantitative and qualitative research have their strengths and weaknesses, and the choice of which approach to use depends on the research question being asked and the goals of the study. For example, if a researcher wants to test a specific hypothesis about the relationship between two variables, then a quantitative approach would be more appropriate. However, if a researcher wants to explore a topic in depth and gain a rich understanding of people's experiences, then a qualitative approach would be more suitable. Quantitative research is characterized by its use of numbers and statistical analysis. It aims to establish objective findings by measuring and quantifying variables. This approach is particularly useful when researchers seek to identify relationships between variables, test hypotheses, and make predictions. Data collection methods in quantitative research often involve structured surveys, experiments, and analysis of existing data sets. These methods allow for the collection of numerical data that can be statistically analyzed to draw conclusions. A classic example of quantitative research is the randomized controlled trial commonly used in medical research. In an RCT, participants are randomly assigned to either an experimental group or a control group. The experimental group receives the treatment or intervention being studied, while the control group does not. By comparing the outcomes of the two groups, researchers can determine the effectiveness of the treatment. The strength of quantitative research lies in its ability to provide objective and generalizable findings. By using statistical analysis, researchers can be confident that their results are not due to chance and can be generalized to a larger population. In contrast to the numerical focus of quantitative research, qualitative research delves into the world of experiences, perspectives, and meanings. It seeks to understand the why behind human behavior and social phenomena. Instead of numbers, qualitative research relies on textual data, often collected through methods like in-depth interviews, focus groups, and observations. Researchers analyze this data by identifying themes, patterns, and categories, aiming to build a deep understanding of the phenomenon under study. Imagine a researcher studying the experiences of refugees integrating into a new country. A qualitative approach might involve conducting in-depth interviews with refugees to understand their challenges, coping mechanisms, and perceptions of support systems. This would allow the researcher to gain a nuanced understanding of the refugee experience, something that would be difficult to capture through quantitative methods alone. Qualitative research is particularly valuable when exploring complex social phenomena, understanding subjective experiences, and generating new theories or hypotheses. While it may not offer the same level of generalizability as quantitative research, it provides rich, contextualized insights that can be incredibly valuable for informing policy, practice, and future research. The choice between quantitative and qualitative research depends on the research question, the nature of the phenomenon being studied, and the overall goals of the study. Quantitative research, with its focus on numbers and statistical analysis, is well suited for answering questions about how much, how often, or to what extent. This approach is valuable when researchers seek to test hypotheses, identify relationships between variables, and make predictions. On the other hand, qualitative research thrives in exploring complex social phenomena, understanding subjective experiences, and generating new theories or hypotheses. It is the preferred approach when seeking to answer questions about why or how something occurs. By delving into the lived experiences of individuals, qualitative research can provide rich, contextualized insights that would be difficult to capture through quantitative methods alone. Ultimately, the most robust research often draws upon the strengths of both approaches. Mixed methods research, which combines elements of both quantitative and qualitative research, allows for a more comprehensive and nuanced understanding of complex phenomena. By integrating different data sources and analytical techniques, researchers can gain a more holistic view of the subject matter. In conclusion, understanding the distinctions between quantitative and qualitative research is crucial for any researcher. By carefully considering the research question, the nature of the phenomenon under study, and the strengths of each approach, researchers can select the most appropriate methodology to address their research objectives.